Hi, and welcome again. How we implement one-dimension array in Java. So let's start. So to declare an array in Java, simplify will type the data type. Suppose that I want to creating an integer array. So we'll say int. Then we open brackets. Then the name of the array x equal new integer. Then again we open bracket. Inside the bracket we determine what is the size of the array. Suppose that we need the size to be 3. So we initialize array name x, type of integer, and the size of this array is 3. As you know, the array index start with 0. So we will have 0, 1, and 2, which is 3 elements. Now, so how we can add a new element to our array, which is x. Simplify, we will say x at index 0 equal 12. So this is meaning the first index in this array will be 12. Second element will be 16. And last element, let's put it 18. So we declare new array. This array name x, type of integer, and this array, the size of this array is 3. As we know, the index will start from 0, 1, 2, 3 element. Now, how we insert element inside this array? We type the name of the array between the bracket. We say, okay, x at the position number 0, which is index number 0, equal 12. Now, how we can print all the element inside the array? Here we will use the for loop. For loop will let us to iterate inside the array, which is meaning we will go in each element in this array and print it. So we'll say for integer I equal 0, I less than x dot length. X here represented the array. Then we will increase the I by 1. Now we will print x of I. So right here, this is a for loop. We initialize the integer I with 0. Now, since the I less than the array length, okay, we will print x of I. Then every time we increase it by 1. Let us run. So it's printed 12, 16, 18. We can also initialize the array with the value directly without determining the size of the array. For example, integer bracket y equal, we can say 1, 5, 9, and 8. Close that two brackets. So now right here we creating an array y type of integer, and it's contain 1598. So what is the size for this array? 4. We'll start from index 0, which is 1, index 1, 5, index 2, 9, index 8, index 3, 8. Now, how we can print this array? We will use the same method which we use it here, for loop. So for integer I equal 0, I less than y dot length, my plus plus. Now system.out.println, we will print the y of position I. Let me add here array y, so we can distinguish the output from this one to this one. Right? I say array y 1, 5, 9, 8, which is printed all the element right here. Now, let us take another example. Let us declare an string array. The same thing. We can either create a new instance of this array and determine the size, or we can directly define the array with the values. String student equal John, Adam. We forgot to put the practices. Okay, so now we have an array. This array named student. The data type for this array is string. So if we want to print the element, we'll do the same thing. Okay, so we can print here the student of I. Change this one for student. Okay, run. You can see print John and Adam. Now, suppose that I have a class. This class name is student. Inside this class, I have two variables. I have string name, and I have the integer age. Let us creating a constructor. This constructor will take two values, which is the name and age. Okay, the B here should be small letter, not capital letter. Now what we will do, and here it should be semicolon. Now what will we do here? We will just assign this dot name equal name, this dot age equal age. Okay, so we have a class, this class name student. Inside this class, we have a constructor. This constructor is taking two values, name and age. And basically, we assign those value to the variables we have it here. Now, can we create an array of type object? Yes, of course, we can. Let us how. Student, open practice, the name of the array, suppose that it's new student, equal new student. Now we determine the size of the array. Suppose that I want to add 3 students. We created an array. This array name new student. It's a type of student. Okay. Now how we can add element to this array? So we can say new student position 0, index 0 equal a new student okay, a new student. And now we say Tom, age is 22. Let us add more to this array. Okay, this position 1 and this 2. Sarah 25. We have Smith is 28. So as you can see here, we create an array. This array is type of class. So the name for the array new student. Now at the index 0, we're creating a new object. This object take Tom, age 22. Then we create another object. It takes Sarah and 25 the age. Then we create the third object, which is the name for the name Smith and the age 28. Now how we can print those elements? We can print it using for loop, but let me teach you how to print it using the for each. For student new st and student so we have student and new student. Now we will say print the new st new student dot name, type here name age. We change the name to age. Okay, so now it will be printed the name and the age. You can put some space here to make it more clear. So the name here is Tom, and we have the age, the name Sarah, and we have the age.